Hi, Corey. I'm going to do your past life reading and healing now. So I'm just going to relax. You've had some real friction, some really negative energetic experiences associated with another person you cross paths with in your life. And so there's another individual involved, and we're just going to explore any past lives that might be related to this, anything we can do to help with this. So, see what comes here. It's interesting. I feel like somebody's staring at me right here, and so my eyes are like going inward. So I just feel like I can't see straight. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at the tip of my nose, and so my eyes are just going like this. It's like I want to see straight. I want to see straight ahead. Why do I keep focusing right here at my nose? Why can't I just see past my nose and see straight ahead? What is that? What is the old saying is to see something your nose beside something about don't look at the nose. You got to see past the nose here. There's something about this being very distracted. I mean, they keep showing me what is a distraction, that it's time to look past the distraction. Otherwise, it's just going to keep distracting you right here. And then how are you ever going to see past it? How are you ever going to see straight past it? You have to stop looking at the distraction. That's what they're saying. There's something about, it's literally like a Pikachu hat. It's like a yellow hat with Pikachu ears and a Pikachu face. And it's literally a Pikachu hat, and it's a kid wearing it backwards, and we're walking behind the kid who's walking in front of us. And so the Pikachu hat is looking at us behind the kid. As this is happening, there is quite a volcanic mountain sort of thing and jungle type of trees and plants and such over here. So I have a jungle, a sort of a volcanic and jungle scene over here as I'm following a kid who's, there's something about it's like I'm going to school, or am I in a zoo at a school function? There's something like a book bag or a trapper keeper or something like that. This kid looks like he's maybe 10 years old. He's not really hanging out with other kids. He's kind of in his own world, and he's going through like a turnstile to get into some place. And some part of him just feels like, I don't know, just like he's in his own world. He's not particularly happy. He kind of looks annoyed. He looks just kind of drained out. He looks like he's just going through another routine of the day. And nothing about it is really stimulating him to feel awesome. It just feels like so much is weighing down in the head, you know? It almost feels like my head is full of lava sometimes. It just feels that way. It feels like a burning sensation. I just feel tired too. I just want to let it go. I really want to let it go already. It's what I say in this very tired way. As I'm watching this kid who does not speak anything at all. He's just continuing on his life journey, feeling this way, but not really understanding that it could be better than this or how to make it better than this. He just accepts this is the way that it is. This mountain, this volcano is smoking. There's no volcano coming out of it. It is smoking, though. It's really close up. The rock is like a bluish black. It's got an odd, like, bluish color to it, but it's not blue. It's, like, really, really dark. But there's something blue about it. It's really interesting. It's kind of, I don't know how to describe the texture of it. It looks like solidified rock, but it kind of looks powdery, too. And it definitely has, like, a superiorly dark blue color to it. It's almost black, but it's not black. It's literally really dark blue. I see a couple things. I see a black bird in the sky over top the volcano. I see some sort of like, what is literally like a pirate cannon, and the cannonball is going straight. It's going, woo! Is it ever going to hit the volcano? I don't know. Whoosh! It's still going. It's like, is it going to hit into the trees? Is it going to hit the volcano? It's just still going. It's like, It's not that far away, but yet this cannonball seems to be traveling miles and miles and miles before it will ever hit anything, when it really is only like 20 feet away. It should be hitting something by now. They're asking me, which direction do I want to go? Do I want to travel along this pathway through this jungle into the volcano, or do I want to see where the cannonball is coming from? I see where the cannonball is coming from. It's really like a guy with a head that's way too big. His head is too big for his shoulders. And he's wearing a blue uniform and some golden on it. He's got a sword. He seems to be using the sword to signal. There are cannons going. Is it Civil War? Is it, pirate ship? What is it? I don't know. I'm not getting pirate yet. I'm not getting war yet. I don't know what it is yet. But there's definitely this guy. He's wearing a sort of white wig, and his head is massively too big for his shoulders, for his neck. There's something about this. He is standing. What are they saying? He's standing on his left side or his right side, something of that kind. There's something about his station and his stance and who he is. And I'm telling you, this type of ego and mental behavior about this guy, he's actually in, I'm guaranteeing he's in the right position for his style. It's like, there's something about his mannerisms that, him just being really something pompous about him. So something seems right about him leading the army or whatever. I'm just watching him. He is turning into a baboon or gorilla. He's making a baboon out of himself or something like that. Some sort of play on words with this guy. There's so many play on words with this guy, and I can't even get them all straight, He's making a monkey out of himself. That's what they say. I'm saying, I only see that his head is too big for his shoulders, and that he is signaling men with his sword, and he is standing. He isn't even... There's something odd about his stance. He's not even standing in the direction of the cannons. He's turned away from them and then signaling away from the cannon. So how would anybody even see his signal to even light the cannon, How come he's not standing in the right direction? Something feels terrible. Something feels like it just went into my stomach. I've been so busy trying to make sense of this guy that I wasn't paying attention, and I just got hit. That's all I can say. All I can think about is this guy. All I can do is try and pick this guy apart. Try and to talk about this guy. This is the only guy that I see. The only guy that's there. And in the process of seeing this guy, this only guy, now I'm the one that isn't paying attention to everything else around me, and now other things are hitting me, flying in my way. It's literally like I just got hit with a cannonball in the gut, and I'm just like, boo, some sort of cartoony effect, It's interesting. They aren't saying anything. This translates into is your relationship with this person. This is kind of a long-standing thing between your two souls. And you've got it's almost like you hold a grudge against him in some ways. And until that grudge can be healed properly, you aren't going to stop looking at him, picking him apart, and they're just saying, please let it go now. Just please let it go. Some of the worst things, they could be, some of the worst things in life do happen, right? And they've happened to us in other lifetimes, and sometimes they even happen to us by our best soulmates. You never would have thought, you know what I mean? But that's how souls grow together. That's how souls develop. What you wouldn't possibly fathom is that in some other version of truth, your souls are quite good and close friends, understanding how you create frictions with each other when you incarnate together. But they're saying focus, they are specifically indicating that you will not stop thinking about this guy, seeing this guy, and picking this guy apart, and insisting that this is the only thing worth seeing. They're saying there's so much there's so many other beautiful things to look at. Please stop trying to look at this person, picking this person apart. Let it go. Let it go. You have to call this has to be over now. You have to say that it's over now. If you can't say it's over, you're going to continually be experiencing this until you finally let go and walk away. How do you do that? Are you ready to do that? That's what they're asking. If you're ready to do that, then you say, I'm ready. I get it. And now I'm going to move on from this. It's sort of like you're looking at the little birdie and you're not paying attention to the bigger picture. And so it's the illusion. The bird is the most important thing, is the illusion. The bigger picture is all the beautiful things you can be experiencing in your life when you let go of this. But let's see what else they have to say. They're wanting me to reemphasize your souls do and have incarnated many times and sort of cross paths in a way that creates this, it's like a friction, a clap, a loud noise. And it also is sort of creates sort of, that's all they're saying. They're saying that. And it is part of your soul's learning, growth, and development. And you two are really good at teaching each other lessons about love. They say, do you understand? Do you understand that he's teaching you a lesson about love? And that you are also teaching a lesson about love. That's what they're saying. Do you understand? So when is it time to let go and say, I'm ready for new lessons about love? So you can let go of this very easily. You can stop this experience right away when you choose to say, okay, I get it. He's one of those stumbling blocks I'll run into in some lifetimes. And the day that you can finally say, I'm going to put all of this on the side, I'm giving it all to heaven and saying I'm ready to move on from this, you'll start to notice amazing improvements and enhancements helping you to disconnect from this experience entirely. Nobody has control over you unless you allow them to have it, okay? And you take your control back when you choose to say, I don't want this relationship. I'm ready to move on. I put this into heaven's hands and we can move on now. You stop focusing on the little birdie. Okay? Let's see what else here. They're showing me a big heart of love between this scene with this man that I keep trying to pick apart, right? And in the process of picking him apart, I'm the one that ends up getting the cannon to the belly. It's like, what's that guy doing? He doesn't have a clue. He's so pompous, but yeah, you know, he's whatever, right? And then bam, oh crap, I just got the cannon to the gut. Should have been paying attention to the cannon instead of the guy, huh? So that's part of this scene right here. We have a huge red heart that is full of love. And then over here we have this volcano, okay? So let's see. So are you ready to go to see what the volcano is about? You say yes. They show me the outline of a dead man. So it's sort of... it's in ground, it's in the soils or whatever, and it's an outline of a body, right? I am moving this away so there's no outline, but I'm sort of pushing it, sort of like powdery dirt, and then I'm seeing what is underneath, and it looks like glass or something. Some sort of, I can see through it, but there's a barrier to it. It's like bulletproof glass or something really thick like that, and then it's sort of like yellow and orange underneath, like it lava or something. I'm inspecting it. I am taking a chisel piece and a hammer and I'm tapping it around and I'm saying, whoa, I'm going inside. I'm sliding in now to the pit of fire. underneath the ground here, it's an open space, and there are some sort of jungle. I mean, it's like South American sort of appearance. They have it just their hair is sort of fringed around like this, and they do have some painting on their faces. They're wearing loincloths. There are sharp, it's like arrows and stuff like that. I just specifically see this pointed thing. It looks like that's the sharp part of an arrow. They're saying I see correctly. They show me a bowman, and he is pulling back his arrow. I really love thinking about this arrow hitting the mark. And they show me a bullseye, but they show me a man standing in front of it, and the arrow goes through the heart. And I feel so much violence and happiness in the inside of me. I mean, it's like so violent and so happy at the same time. It's pure. It's a very pure sound. It's like I will kill you, and I will like it. I am going to kill you, my enemy, or whatever it might be. It's specifically this person. And there's also thoughts of dagger and stab as many times as you want. Just like like it's kind of like Psycho like that. But the thing is, it's not like you're a lunatic or anything. There's nothing associated with the loss of mind. It's actually just the passion for war, or a commitment to, pierce your enemies and be the one to conquer their life. You take their life from them. They don't take your life, you take it from them, and you can do it violently and gruesomely. It doesn't matter. You just take their life from them. Now you take their life. It's like you own them. Do you own another human being by killing them, by taking their life? That's how you feel. That is really how you feel, and this makes sense to you. This is actually really does make sense to you. It's your version of love as well. It's a power trip too. I'm waiting for more understanding about this. I can feel all the energy associated with it, and I'm trying to disconnect from it so we can learn other things. It's really overwhelming me. It's just like they're in this space, and we're not in a jungle, we're not sneaking around, it's just in this space. There's several men here. There is the use of an arrow and a bow and piercing a bullseye, but a man is standing in front of it, so the arrow goes through his heart. And that's the bullseye. It's a mirage. He's sort of thinking about it. It's a daydream. He's fantasizing about it. It's an enemy. Rival clan or rival tribe. They're showing me blood drinking. They're showing me people jumping up and down and sort of like getting excited, getting motivated. They're making sounds as well. They're preparing for something. I'm just surprised by how vicious they are. I mean, I'm really surprised by how vicious they are. There's nothing about... There's such a more peaceful way they could be experiencing life in the jungle, but they're really like a warrior. They're really into conquering the life of another and then drinking the blood. That's what this feels like. It's a spiritual thing associated with it too. Because there's something spiritual associated with it as well. They really like the warm blood, so fresh kill. They're human beings too. They're sort of crazy about it. Again, I'm asking my spirit guides, I can experience their emotions, their feelings, and so I'm just trying to back away so we can learn something more. They're saying this is important, that you know this, that you did this, that you felt it was your right to take other people's lives and actually take the souls from their bodies and drink their blood. Do you feel like that's your right? Do you feel like other people have a right to do that to you? I said nobody has the right to do that. It's a belief system. But they're saying, no, we're not talking about belief systems right now. We're just talking about this subject matter. And we're going to explore it. I mean, they're really overwhelming about it because they're like softening up a little bit. There's something about the volcano is also associated with what they align with. The fiery energy, the explosive energy, the something like a volcanic god or something, and it really it fills them with this type of energy too, of being that way, of being a conqueror. And it's destructive, it's violent, it's violent like a volcano that is, erupting. They are erupting as well in spirits. They're erupting in spirit, and through erupting in spirit, they become sort of possessed by the energy of the volcano god or something of that kind. And then they start to, they're ready to take their next attack and then become filled with the spirit of the one they just killed and drink their blood. They're saying again that you did this in another lifetime. It's important because this wisdom, it's really important that we speak to you this way, that we make it very clear what you chose to do, what you chose to experience, so now you can have an understanding about what is fair or not fair. And they're saying this wisdom will actually help spiral through your body in a way that you'll start to understand with greater clarity how you want to continue with this experience. And again, they're saying to stop looking at the birdie. Look at the bigger picture, and they're talking about wash it away and then choose to see love, all right? Let this be a part of the past. Let's see what else. So, things are calming down some. Men seem to have swollen bellies is the only way to describe it. They're even like, like they just had a feast of some kind. But it's sort of weird because it's almost like they have terrible stomach aches. There's some sort of fire pit. Their mouths have blood on them. I only see a couple of guys here. I don't see them having any marks or injuries. All I do experience is their bodies are really like they've got stomach aches. And they're complete in such a way they aren't running, jumping, moving. They're like sprawled, like, the way they're acting. Let's see what else. It's just men. I don't see any women or children. I just see like an area of a jungle that these guys were in. It was quite leafy, full of, vines and thick jungle type plants. And they're sort of in a space here that's cleared out some, and there's a big fire pit and some larger rock pieces that some of them are sitting on, and one's laying down here. And they just look so stuffed. Something is changing. I'm starting to feel like I'm seeing things. Like I see something coming down from the sky, a spiritual thing. I'm seeing extreme light coming into my eyes, into my face. I'm being totally overwhelmed, succumbed by light. Light coming down from the sky down to me. I'm looking up at it. It is coming down to me. It is entering into my face, into my head, into my mind specifically. That's where I feel it. I don't see anything scary about this face. It looks like a man. He looks more like a Caucasian man than a sort of a South American type jungle type person. But he's got some sort of metallic band going around his head just like right here, and it has just a little piece that comes up a little bit. It's really pretty looking. And he's got a smile. I can't see him very, just his face is part of the light that's coming down into your face. It has to do with this, you and this spirit, I mean, this soul specifically that you're challenged with. This has to do with between you and this soul. That's the best I can make of it right now. I'm just exploring it more. You're falling asleep as this enters into your mind. They're saying, yes, you did kill him. And you're going into an odd sleep state, and you're feeling his soul in your head. They're saying it's time to let go of his soul from your head. It's time to let go. As part of you says, no, I will not let go. And then you show me you're in a different scene, different part of the world. The man with the sword, he pulls the sword out of like a sheath. It's not like a samurai sword. It's bigger than that. It's more like a European type sword. And you're pulling it out, and again, you're in war and you're violent feeling. This version is not the spiritual kind of jungle kind. This one is more like, I don't know how to define the difference. You're a man and you are ready to harm somebody, assassinate somebody, kill someone that you can't stand their guts. I mean, you're pulling it out and you're saying, I'm gonna kill you. I mean, with full force. You hate so purely that it burns like fire. Just like the volcano. They're saying, let it go. You need to let this go. I am starting to get dizzy again and feel this thing again. They're showing that it is in your head. It is all in your head. Is it literally or figuratively? Is it all in your head? Yes, it is all in your head. Let it go. They say, let it go. Let it go. They're showing me this man is thinking twice now. He's calming down and he's putting his sword back in his sheath. He too hears let it go in such a way that it kind of rattles his bones and he's a little bit freaked out, but is also making a decision from within his heart to say, I don't want to anymore. I don't want to kill this man anymore. This man has killed you before too. How do you break a karmic bind of this kind? Do you do it by continuing to kill each other, or one day do you say, we can let it go now? When you choose to say we can let it go, it's amazing what happens for both of your souls. You start going through a massive transition. They're saying it's okay, you can let it go. You will let it go. You are already working on letting it go. You just need more facts. You just need more understanding. You just need more clarity so that you can let it go. And you're ready to let it go. This feels really encouraging and really impactful. And it's time, okay? So let's see if we can allow this. They're shutting me off from the scenes. They're having me push back and look at this young boy with this book bag and trapper keeper. The scenes are for you to communicate between you and heaven and spirit and tell them you're ready to let it go, and they will help you with this. Don't focus on, I don't like it, I feel, whatever human thought you could have, you alter it, okay? And you just say, you know what? every time you get angry, every time you get frustrated, every time you feel, something negative comes from this, you immediately say, heaven, I am feeling this right now, and it's a moment, and I'm saying I'm letting it go, and I need you to help me with this. And just keep doing it over and over again. The more you do it, the further and further away from that whole experience you're going to get. And you will get further away from it, okay? You really can. I'm looking at this boy, and all these people keep pushing into him and keep walking past him, and nobody really sees him, but I see him. He's now thinking. He never went into a classroom. There's just so many kids pushing around. There's like thousands of them. It's just ridiculous. Like, are they ever going to go to class? Are they ever going to sit down? Is it ever just going to be him? It just feels like I really want a peaceful place where I can just see him. So I'm moving him to a park bench where it's just us two. I'm invisible to him. He's pulling out books from his book bag and looking at them. He feels alone. He feels like people don't get him. He doesn't really fit in. He's cute enough. There's nothing odd about him. There's nothing unusual about him. He's a totally normal kid. There's no reason why he wouldn't have friends or have, but something is different about him. He's inspired to write, and he's opening this thing, and then he's writing in the notebook paper. He's just doing this with his pen back and forth on the page, all the way down to the other end. He's taking it, he's ripping it out, he's rolling it in a ball, and it's like he's just going to throw it. You never know what I'm trying to say. I never know what I'm trying to do. So I just do this. I say, you know what? That's exactly what you need to do. That's why you're doing it. He says, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I say, yeah, that's why you're doing it. Didn't you know this is what you were supposed to do? It's why you're doing it. He's so mad at me for even thinking of saying that. He shuts his book and throws it on the ground. And he kicks it. He says, it's not what I'm trying to accomplish, though. It's not what I'm trying to do. I say, well, if you were trying to do something else, then do something else. He shows me that whenever he tries to do something else, it's like it's a jam. It's an instant jam. And it's such a jam that he can't think through the jam. He can't write as well. It's almost like this is fascinating. It's like he's got you go to school, you're supposed to write or do some writing assignment, and the minute you start writing, it's like you can't even think. Your mind goes blank. You're supposed to do an assignment. You're like, okay, I got this. I can do it. The moment you put your pen to the paper, it's like, I don't even know what I'm trying to write. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I can't even move my hand to write the words. I'm completely stuck. I can't get the movement to take place. And you're so bewildered by this. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Nobody else, just me. That's what you're saying. You're showing me it again. You're the kid that has this problem. No other kid has this problem. You have this problem, and now you're a problem. Saying you're not a problem. You're not a problem. More kids need this. And more kids with weird academic sort of struggles that just don't make any sense. They need more something loving. And this is seriously what this is about. I'm giving you a hug and telling you I don't see a problem with you at all. I mean, I'm here looking into your eyes, and I'm saying again, I do not see a problem with you at all. I don't see a single problem with you at all. I don't. Some part of you really desperately needed this. I can't even believe how extremely intense this is. This is helping to let this go. I mean, my head feels so much lighter. I don't feel bothered or burdened by this. They're showing me this energy of the white light or whatever that man in the spirit is just sort of exiting the head now. It isn't shielding the mind from having clarity of thought when you're trying to accomplish something of this kind. He feels lighter. He feels clearer in his head. He feels like he can think again. I was saying, let's try this again. You can do this. Say, I love you. Just write, I love you on this paper. You write it in all caps. I love you. He said, I did. I said, do you know who you say that to? He says, I don't know. Every person that you love, right? Say that all the people that you love. What about the souls that you love? And sometimes you incarnate with them and you don't feel like you love them. But when you're not in a human body and you're in the spiritual universe, you absolutely do love them with all your heart. And you choose to have these incarnations together, so you're challenging each other in very extreme ways. It's okay to let go now, right? So you can say, I love, and then he writes a name. He says, yeah, you're right. He feels complete. He closes his book. He puts it in his book bag. And I'm now just sort of vanished. I was kind of invisible the whole time anyway, but yet he could see me. And so he's putting his backpack on and he's smiling. He feels really happy and he's walking on this pathway. So that's what they have to share with me. So thank you very much for this experience, Corey. I sure hope this makes a difference in your life, okay? So I definitely wishing you all the best with everything. And for those of you interested in a past life reading and healing, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.